It is Friday, and that means we are stamping in Franklin, Massachusetts. Good morning. It's uh it's almost 10 o'clock and it's almost time to start, so I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hoping that people are going to pop on and say hello. I apologize in the beginning if I cough. I still have this stupid the residual of bronchitis, but I'm better. Um, oh, Jenna, are you there? Um, Yay. I hope that you're there. If you are, pop on and say hi. So we're just about ready. I've got a really cute card to show you. I hope you're going to like it. It is 10 o'clock. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, my Canadian friend. And Beth, if your Beth is coming on too. Nice to have you on board. Okay, we're going to start. So Friday morning, I apologize if I'm going to cough. Let me just take a little drink here of my cuppa. I'm addicted to this stuff. C-U-P-P-A. Yes, I do sound better. Thank you. I feel better. It's just the cough, and I apologize because I probably will. When I talk, I cough. Anyway, let's just get started. So here is the card that I sent out in my newsletter this week. And I hope that you enjoy it. You're on YouTube. Okay, great. Good, good, good. All right, so as I said last week, I'm going to start doing fun folds, and this is a fun fold. It's probably called a trifold. It could be called something else. I don't know. But Kathy Ondas did this card, and she a variation of this card, and I copied it just about 99%. Did a few little changes, and I'm going to show you one of them with the sample that I'm going to make in a minute. But anyway, this is how it goes. It opens up here. So you have a little message, thanks so very much. And then you can open it up here and you can write a little bit more of a message right here. And I love it. I just love this paper. This is called the Floral Expressions designer paper. It is glorious, glorious. The colors are just absolutely beautiful. And the back sides are beautiful too. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use. But yesterday, I decided that I'm going to do a variation of the same template, but I'm going to do it in different colors. So let's bring in what I'm going to use here. Let me get this out of the way. And we're going to start with the Darling Duckling cardstock. And this is a piece that is 8.5 by 5.5, and it needs to be scored at the 4 1/4 and then the 6 1/4 inch mark. However, what you just popped over to Facebook. Is it better on Facebook, Jan? I never know because I can't watch it. The live portion I can't watch. It's interesting. Anyway, all right. So I scored it here at the 4 1/4 mark, and then I scored it again at the 6 1/4 mark. But what I should have done, if you can see that this is the Valley score mark. This one should have been done on the other side. So I should have done this one first at 4 1/4. Good morning, Barbara. Thank you for popping on. And then I should have done it on this side. And the reason, again, remember when I talk about when you're folding cardstock, after you've scored it. So I'm going to fold it here at the 4 1/4, and that's going to make a nice, crisp, lovely fold, just like this. But then I want to score this. I'm going to fold this as well. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to fold it in like that. I should have scored it on this side because, remember, when you have the Valley, what you've done is essentially you've broken up a little bit of the fibers of that paper so that you're not going to get a nubbly look. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a nubbly look or not, but let's just see. You know how it is. It's kind of like shredded pieces of the paper. And so let's see if this is going to be okay. Oh, it's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. But sometimes 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. See more folks on Facebook. Thank you, Jan. So it's not the actual transmission. It's just whoever is on there. Thank you very much. Okay, so this looks fine. So we just lucked out. So anyway, this is the beginning of the fold like that. Let me pull it there so you can see it better. Now, the next thing I did was I took this designer paper. This floral paper is so beautiful. The colors are just stunning. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? So I decided to use that. I'm very partial to daisies, sunflowers, black-eyed Susans. So I decided to use that. So what you need is you need 3 pieces of that paper that are 2 by 5 3/8. So here are the papers that I've already cut out, 2 inches wide by 5 3/8. And then I'm going to adhere them to these panels. One here, one here, and then one over here. But we're gonna do something. We've got to put the white in here first. So let me get this in, and let me get my adhesive, and let's see. Now the option I have is I could flip this paper around. I'll show you in a minute. Let's get this on first. Let me get this down so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so this is going to go here just like this. And there's just a tiny little bit of a perimeter around this paper. And I kind of like it like that. So there's the first one. And then here's the next one. And we're going to put it in here like this. Same thing, same thing. I continually say how amazed I am at the designers, the artists, who actually make all of these designs for us. Now, you know what I didn't do? I didn't match this up, which I should have. Although, I don't think it's going to be bad. Let me see. No, this is fine. It doesn't matter. I could have matched this so that this pattern matched exactly, but I didn't. So, just between you and me, some people would consider it an error. But again, I don't believe we have any mistakes in Stampin' Up. It's just a creative way to look at it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my panel that's going to go here. And I'm first going to stamp on this. And what I'm first going to do is, where is my paper? Here it is. I'm going to take the Darling Duckling ink, and I'm going to take the little tiny stamp that goes with this. This is the Impressions Abloom stamp set, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to be using this one and this one right now. So the first thing I shall do is I'm going to take the design that has all of the lines in it, and just for placement purposes, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to bring this up like that. Good morning, Colleen McDuffie. Thank you so much for popping in. How nice of you to have you and your mother-in-law, your lovely mother-in-law. Okay, so this is going to be inked up with the Darling Duckling ink, and I'm going to put it in right like this, but I'm going to move this over just so that I know where to place it. So there it goes like that. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the solid image. Here's the solid image. And what I'm going to do here is actually... I did not take a tick mark on this to line both of those up, but this is pretty easy actually. You can line this up like this. You can put your stamp right on top, how it's going to be like that. Now I know that this little heart-shaped divot right here is going to be on the lower right-hand side, so I'm going to put my block right on that. I'm going to come up, ink it up. I'm going to stamp it off because I want this lighter image, and then I'm just going to come in right like that. Perfect, 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 perfect. Oops, I got a little mark right there. Not to worry, because I'll write something and it'll be totally fine. All right, so there is that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to adhere this panel. Now my choice again is I could do it on this side, or I could do it on the flower side. I think I'm going to do it on the flower side. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it on the flower side. All right, so there's that. Watching in the car, we'll head to Vermont Grand Chapter. Ah, good. Okay, Todd, keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. And Colleen, thank you for joining me on your way to Vermont from the Grand Chapter event of the Order of the Eastern Star. Here we go. All right, so there is this. Oops, I've got a little bit of an overhang here. I don't know how that happened. Allow me to get my little snipperinis and take care of that. I have no idea what happened here. That is really weird. a little mismeasurement, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, so now I shall put some adhesive on this. I got a little bit of fuzzy here. That means that I need to change the mat on my cutter. I just noticed that. Did you notice that? That's what happens when you get little fuzzy ends right here. Now, if you can see it, those little fuzzy ends, that means that your mat has just given you as much service as it possibly can, and it's time to either flip the mat or get a new one. All right, so there's this, and now I'm going to bring my paper back in, and let's hope that I cut this the right size. Yeah, I did cut this the right size. Okay, so that's going in like this. Why do I keep moving that out of the way? How long is it going to take you to get there, Colleen? How many hours? Okay, there's that. All right, now we're going to take, whoops, I dropped a piece of paper here. Now we're going to make the little pocket. So this pocket is 3 inches, 3¼ by 5½, and it's scored at 2 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that like this. And now I have the pocket, and I'm going to set that aside for a moment. Yeah, I definitely have to get the new mat fixed because I am. Thank you, Nancy. So what you can do with your fingernail is you can just run your fingernail, and what happens is your nail kinds of causes those little furry spots to go to the back side. I mean, it's the Band-Aid approach, but nobody's going to know except you and me, so it's fine. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp set that says the stamp that says so very much, because thanks is going to go on the outside. So let's just do this one first. Here is this one that says so very much, and I'm going to put it, and I like to use my grid paper because I know that I've got this placed evenly on my block. So I'm just going to stamp it like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to take the thanks, and I'm going to stamp the thanks in the upper left-hand corner right here, like this. Perfect. Oops, I should have been using my my pierce pad. And I do have it out here. I don't know why I didn't use it. Anyway, that's done. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to take my inner panel. I'm going to put some adhesive on it. And that's run out of that. Let's get another one right here. And then we get to the real fun part. Wait till you see how cute this is. All right, so here, this is going to go on the inside, just like this. Perfect. And then the outside panel is going to have the thanks. And then we're going to put the pretty flowers on it. I really like this set because the dies have a lot of potential. I'll show you in a minute. All right, so here is this. And this is going to go just like that. All right, now we get to do fun with the flowers. Now, I'm going to show you again. What did I do with it? Oh, here's the stamp set. All right. So what I used this one and this one. And then I've used this one to cut out, and then I used these leaves. And then I used the centers for the inside of the flower. So I took the Darling Duckling cardstock, and let me show you the dies. Look at these dies. Look at how beautiful this is. These ovals are simply gorgeous. But the fun part about this is, let me show you this. This is amazing. You can see right here that this flower has 2 dies. And what the purpose of this is twofold, actually threefold. You see how this nests in right perfectly inside that? So when you cut this out, you're going to get this image exactly like that, but it also has embossed the petals. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at how easy, and that was so easy to do with this. Now, the other option is when you use the stamps themselves, you will be able to cut them out. You won't get the impression if you use this one, but that's okay. It's totally fine. You can use this. It goes on here like that. So that's the beauty of these dies. You get such versatility with that, and it's perfect. So I use that, and see how it goes right in here. These little 3 notches fit in just like that. Perfect. The same thing with the larger one. The same thing with the leaves. Exactly. And the same thing with the stems and these leaves here. There are so many options with this set. I love it. All right, so let me get this out of the way and let me show you what I'm going to do next. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Winky, and I'm going to go ahead and get this all winked up first, because it's just easier when you do it here. You don't really need to use the silicone pad, but I am. That's okay. So there's that one done. And then let me get these 2 done. Look at how pretty that embossing is. In real life, it's very, very impressive. I know on camera sometimes you don't get the full effect. And I know I'm beating the heck out of this Winky because it's almost gone. So I'm just trying to get the last drops of Winky out here. So there we go. Okay, there's that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the leaves. Look at how pretty these leaves are. They're all, when they cut out, the veins pop out beautifully. Look at that. Look at how pretty those are. And I used the garden green cardstock for this. So I am going to do the same thing right here. Winky these guys up. Hopefully, oh yeah, look at how pretty that is. Look at that. And, oh, I know what I forgot to do. Oh, I forgot to do something. I said last night when I was making the other one, I said, let me see. All right, let me see if I can do this. Now, I wish I had a Goomba here because we would definitely be using the dental floss to wiggle this off. But let me see if I can wiggle this off, because last night, let me bring in this. Here is the sample. So, how many? Beth, you know, that's a good, that's a good question. No, I don't, but I go through a lot. I just got an order of 30, and I think I'm down to about 10 or 11 left, and I've only had this order for maybe 6 weeks. So I go through a lot. Anyway, when I was looking at this last night, I love, love, love how it looks, but I thought, you know what? This layer needs just a little bit of pizzazz. So let's see if I can do this. Let me wiggle this off. Jack's outside in the garden, so I can't call him in to do this because he would be all messed with garden soil and clippings and all that jazz. And so by the time he washed his hands, we'd have this card all done, and we'd be sitting by the poolside drinking iced tea. All right, so there, I got it off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Ornate Floral folder, and I'm going to run this through. And let's hope it doesn't stick. And let's just see what this looks like. I'll be right back. This is going to, I have to go over to the other side. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm almost done. Almost. Hold on. Okay, I'm on my way back. All right, now let's see if I can, oh, I'm liking this already. I'm liking this already. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can just very carefully pull this off. Oh my gosh. Now, don't tell anybody that we did this. Or, no, don't tell anybody we did it like this. There we go. Perfect. No worries. All right, now, allow me to add a little bit more adhesive, since a lot of it went on the embossing folder plate, which we'll have to fix. And let me bring this back in. Let me pull this little piece of paper right off. Nobody's going to know that that happened like that, just us. And we're not going to tell anybody, right? Okay, so there. I'm thinking I'm liking that better. Look at how cute this looks. All right, see? There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the flowers over because they are going on with dimensionals. Let's see. Put one there, one here. Since this is a little one, I'm going to use half pieces because the petals are a little bit thinner than the one that I did this yesterday. So we can do it like this. Just cut these in half like this. And all right, so that's that one. And then let's just, I think we can just do one for the smaller ones. This will be fine. Okay, so now let's get this on. And, whoops, I knocked this one over. You should see this place. It's a mess. I'm getting ready for my big giant sale. As some of you know, 2 of my demonstrators have retired, resigned from Stampin' Up, and also one of my dear, dear designer friends, demo friends, passed away. So I've inherited all of their supply, or most of their supplies, and I'm in the process of planning a huge, huge yard sale. Okay, so this one's going to go on like this. Great bargains. If you're in the neighborhood, you want to come down and see what you can get because everything is priced to sell. I've got amazing things here. Stamp sets, dies, stamp sets and dies together, cardstock, big shots, little baby shots, the new Stamp and Emboss machine. Okay, so those 3 flowers are on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some adhesive. Now these guys are just going to go on with some adhesive like this. So let me put one flower here. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty this is. It's so pretty. It's really pretty, I think. Whoops, got to be very careful with the little petals. I'm being very careful. There's that. And then one more. Okay, and then let's put this one right aside like this. I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. Yeah, whoops. No, that's too symmetrical. Let me see here. That's gonna, nope. Actually, no. All right, no, I think we have to do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut part of this off like that. So then I can put it in like this under here. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, so now we have to do the centers. And what I did was I took the centers and I cut them out in pecan pie. Let me bring them in. Look at how cute these are. Look at how absolutely adorable these are. Tiny, but you can see the little seed pockets on the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pecan pie ink and a dauber, and I'm just going to daub the centers of these just to give you a little bit of, to give it a little bit of darkness. Just a little bit. Just like, you know, Black-Eyed Susans are. These probably aren't technically Black-Eyed Susans, but they look like that to me. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now let me get this ink out of the way. There we go. You know what, Beth? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start a recording of how many I use in a week, month, year. Wouldn't that be amazing? All right, so now a little bit of Tombow glue here. Just a little bit. Oops, let me take my pin. The date for my yard sale is the June, 2 weeks from tomorrow, the June 21st. And truly, if you want to come 9 o'clock in the morning. I have so much stuff, and it's going to be bargain prices, truly bargain prices, because I need to sell it, and then I have to do with the money with what my friends wanted to be done. So anyway, all right, so now I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to pop this little one on like this. Look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Whoops, get back there. Look at how cute. Now I'm just going to press this down so that I know that that Tombow is going to really attach that center like that. And when that dries, after that dries, then I'm going to put some Winky on the center of that. But isn't that a cute little card? Beth, I know I wish you could come. I truly wish you guys could come. You'll be with me in spirit, though, girlfriends, my Canadian girlfriends. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now what we have to do is we have to put this little panel on the card like this. Now, the trick is, and it's really not a trick, you want to make sure that the adhesive goes on this part, not on the whole thing, because if you do it on the whole thing, guess what? The whole card is going to be glued. So when I was watching Kathy Anders do that, I didn't know about this trick, but let me show you what she does. She did. She took a Post-it note. I think this is genius. And that's one of the lovely things I love about our Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. Everybody helps everybody out. All right, so I have to turn this around. Excuse me. So I can figure out how to do this. All right, so you take a Post-it note. Here is the sticky part of the Post-it note. They will be, Jan. Yep, they're going to be embossed. All right, so now I'm going to put the sticky note underneath here so that it can, actually, you can do it like this. All right, you're going to put it right like this, right up to the edge where I want it. And then I'm going to bring this in and place it where I want it. Now, I want it just about equidistant north, south, east, west. I know Beth is laughing with that. All right, let me see. That looks pretty good to me. All right, so I'm going to press this down so that I know that sticky note is sticking to that. So I'm going to lift it up, and lo and behold, it did. So now I'm going to take my Tombow. Isn't this genius? So now I'm going to take the Tombow, and I'm going to put the Tombow on this side right here, coming right close to that line where the Post-it note is, but just like that. Okay, now I'm going to come and bring it back in, and I can use this part right down here as the guide to the fold of the card and bring it in just like this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I'm going to press it down very gently like this. And then I'm going to lift it up, pull this off, and lo and behold, look at that. It's exactly where I want it. Perfect. Thank you, Kathy Anders, for this great, let me just pull it, this great little hint. It worked beautifully. Look at that. And I don't have any adhesive anywhere. It's not oozing out in the back at all. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so that's that. Now, let me see if this is dry enough so I can put some Winky on here. Yeah, look at that. Look at how pretty that looks. Oh my gosh. I love, 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 love this set. It's so pretty. Oh, all right. Now, you might think that I'm done. I'm almost done, but not quite. So let's just bring in these new 2025, 2027 in color pearls, and they're flat. They're wicked flat, which is really nice, especially for people who are concerned about mailing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 3 of them, and I do have to turn it around like this so I can see. Here's another little trick I'm sure I showed you. You know how they come in these little cello bags that you can peel this part up and open it? Well, what I've done is I just cut the side off. So this way I can slip them in and out very easily. So just another little tip, whether you like it or not. So there. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is get this out of the way. And I am going to bring in one of these larger ones. And I think I'm going to put the larger one right there. Look at how pretty that one is. And then I'm going to take a middle-sized one and put the middle-sized one about right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put the middle-sized one right there. And then I'm going to take a little baby one, the baby one of the family, and I'm going to put that right up here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Do you think it's pretty? Oh, can you see that? For some reason, there. Is that better? That looks better. Okay, look at that. Except that for some reason that light is not showing it as much as I thought it would. Anyway, but look at how pretty. Those pearls are just gorgeous. So there is your little thanks so very much. And then you open it up and you've got room to write a message, and you're going to cover up that little piece of whatever that is with words. Oh, I forgot to stamp the inside of this. Silly me. I knew I needed. Sorry, I needed, not nuded. I know there, that makes it better. Just put the center of the little brown-eyed Susan there. Okay, now the last thing, of course, is your envelope. So I had extra paper left over from this strip. So what I'm going to do is, it's not wide enough to put it on the flap, or I could put it on the flap like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the front part of the envelope. So let me just get some adhesive on this. And even though it's wide, it's okay because the postal code will be fine. When it goes through the machine, they'll probably scribble all over this, but what can you do? The postman hopefully will get a little charge out of how pretty this card is coming through the mail, being delivered to someone special. All right, so there is that. And then, of course, I'm just going to trim this little end off like that. So there is the card for this week, friends. This is what we did. Now I'm going to bring the other one in. So you have your choice. You don't have to have this layer embossed. You can have it plain like this. I think they're both beautiful cards. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever your taste is. But those are the cards that we're going to do next Monday and we're going to do next Tuesday. So that is the story. I hope that you've enjoyed this little tutorial this morning. This bloom, this Impressions Abloom suite is amazing. The cardstock, the designer paper is just exquisite. It's unbelievable. I surely wish I could be an artist and come up with these designs, but I'm certainly glad there are people who do it for us. So anyway, yes, June 21st, 2 weeks from tomorrow, big, huge, I mean, huge yard sale. Lots and lots of things. So if you're in my neck of the woods, I'd love to have you. Bargain prices, everything must go because I'm losing my mind with all the stuff that I have right here. But anyway, and I'm doing this to honor those 3 women, my 2 dear friends who are still with us, of course, but they're just living in different areas. And then my dear friend Kathy Darcy, who passed away. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. It means an awful lot. Colleen and Barbara have a grand time in Vermont. Get it? Grand time. Get it? Yeah. Okay, my friends, I love you all. Until next. Oh, wait, one more thing. I want to show you this card. This is the Grow with Love new stamp set that I just got. Look at this card. This is a book, but this is a special fold too. This is called a book bind fold. So it opens up like this, like that. See, this part is the book bind, and I love this set. And wouldn't how cute this would be to put a seed packet in the back for someone who likes to grow herbs, or tomatoes, or zucchini, whatever. All right, my friends, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you next Friday, same time, same place. Until then, namaste.